What's happening, y'all? Today on Brother Tom's Misguided Adventures. So, what happened was, well, before I get into what's going on, uh, yeah, I have a problem. Now, every day in van life isn't always a great day. It's raining out. It's miserable, as you can see. Uh, I can't say it's a bad day. I mean, nothing bad. Okay, something bad happened, but it's still not a bad day, really. If you notice, the blanket in the back there on my bed is a little moist. So what happened was last night. So I have this special spot that I go to out here, and it's on the railroad tracks, and it's back in the woods a ways. These railroad tracks have been used in probably 50 or 60 years, and there's an old train station back there, and it's where a lot of homeless folk hang out. It's like a homeless camp almost, but not really a homeless camp. It's just a forgotten about, abandoned train station that, I mean, it clearly once was a town back there, and it's long gone. The government bought the town, and so people sneak back there and go off roading and things like that. And so I go back there and I camp out. Well, so I forgot that this thing has an air conditioner, and I've been avoiding this tree branch for probably about 2 years, at least 2 years. With the truck camper, when I'd go back there, and I'd never go back there with nothing that wasn't four wheel drive, or at least having a locking rear in the rear, so it felt like four wheel drive at least. So last night, I decided to go back there. It was about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I went back there because I couldn't sleep and I was having a problem. So I have PTSD really bad. And when I wake up probably about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. When I ain't got nobody to talk to, I go driving. And that's kind of my way of getting my mind back right. And so last night, I went back there, and there was a big, huge puddle. Okay, so I knew this puddle existed, right? I knew that the puddle existed. But last night it was a little deeper than usual. I didn't want to go through it, so I went around it. Well, I went around the puddle and finally got tired in my space next to the train station, went to sleep, and when I woke up, the vent for the air conditioner was leaking. Now, this is where things get interesting. I got up probably about 12 o'clock today, and I put some clothes on, and I went back there. Well, I went up there because I come from the back to the front. I opened up the door, and the branch that I'd been avoiding for 2 years was on the top of my van. Somehow or another, I hit it. And I don't know when or how I hit it. I don't remember hitting it. But it was definitely there. So I moved the branch, and now I got to reseal where the air conditioner goes. Because I think it might have pulled it up a little bit when I hit it. Um, Now, it wasn't raining last night. It didn't start raining until about 1 o'clock this morning. And when it started raining, it didn't start leaking until probably about, I don't know. I don't know. I was well back there by the time it was sunlight. By the time it started leaking, had to be. And so, yeah, my bed is wet, and I have to. But I didn't get a full size. I don't have a full size air mattress, thank God. Because if I did, then the whole thing would be wet right now. But it's wet, and the back doors leak. back door's leaking. So that's what's going on there with that. And I have to figure out now what I'm going to do about this. Because I still have yet to get this air conditioner running. When I say running, I do mean just that, running. Because it's got a gas engine in it of some sort, I think. I haven't quite figured it all out yet. But I get the feeling when I go to pull it apart to take it off, it's probably going to come together. Which leads me to my next thing. If anybody wants an air conditioner, a gas-powered air conditioner, I'm not 100% sure it's gas-powered, but judging from the controls and the gauges on it, it's gas-powered. It has a temperature gauge, an oil gauge, and it's got a key that starts. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gas-powered. Yeah, it's very vintage, very classic. If you have an antique van, it look great on your van. It's a one-of-a-kind thing. I'm pretty sure that there ain't many around, if there's any other than mine. When I was a kid, a very young kid, we used to go to the truck-ins. If you don't know what a truck-in is, it's like a van show or a truck show. And I remember seeing one on a van when I was a very young child. I was probably about 3 or 4 years old. But I used to draw when I was a kid, and I drew a picture of it. And the funny thing is, I think I still have that picture. Yeah, so, yeah, there's that. And, because I don't want to just toss it. In fact, I'm sure tossing is a bad idea. I think I should keep it. I don't know. Just throwing it out there. If anybody wants an interesting piece of history, yeah, because I'm going to probably put me one of them fancy roof vents in, or if I get lucky enough, I'm going to find me a sunroof and put back there. Just probably a bad idea, but I like looking at the stars at night. And what better way to look at the stars at night than to be laying in the bed looking at the stars at night? So with that being said, that's what's happening. Also, want to send, so I'm going to touch on a couple of things, a few people that I haven't brung up in a while. Figured I'd bring them up. First person is Dean. Dean right now currently is down south. He's working the storm thing with people at the place, doing the stuff and the thing. Don't know. No, he's working FEMA is what he's doing. And that's not a bad nomadic job. Not a bad one at all. Something you should probably look into. It's every year, because no question about it, they're going to have bad weather every year. And as long as they're having bad weather, you got a job. And it pays fairly decent. And yeah, something to look into. He should be leaving where he's at and headed towards Louisiana fairly soon. But he's all right. Who else? Who else have y'all asked about? PA Nomad. He's another one. He's doing good. He's out of the hospital, and I'm sure y'all will be seeing a video from him, if not today, fairly soon. But he's out of the hospital. He's doing better. He did say his neck was bothering him quite a bit. But I told him I'd go over there and smack it 1 or 2 times for him and make him feel 100% better. Definitely go check out his videos. You can check him out at PA Nomad. I think that's what he's on YouTube at. PA Nomad. So, yeah. But he's out of the hospital. He's doing all right. And give a special shout out to Beautiful Disaster for saying what I be thinking. But we'll get to that later. Yeah. Just stay tuned. It's gonna get interesting. And yeah, that just about sums it up Right now, I'm sitting in the Nomad parking lot. In the Nomad parking lot. You know what? That's not a. So I was thinking, right? The Nomad parking lot. What if? What if? What if somebody put the money up to buy a parking lot? Now, this somebody could be anybody. I was thinking about doing it. And I don't have the money right now. That don't say that I can't get the money. It's just, well, this is all in theory right now. But what if somebody put the money up in every state to get a parking lot? Similar to this. I mean, it's like a McDonald's bank parking lot, but let's say somebody did that specifically for nomads passing through. Now, this parking lot, it would have to be dispersed camping, I guess. So let's say every 2 spaces or so would be what it would have to be. I mean, technically it'd be a campground, but it'd be a parking lot, and you'd be able to plug in and stuff. Nothing big, just a small parking lot in every city. And you pay a little small fee. I don't know, for maybe per 5 days or something. I mean, I don't mean like no major, not like $100. No, I mean like, I don't know, $10 for 5 days. 5, 10, 15, 20. No, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's say $10 for 5 days. That should cover a certain amount of electricity and your water, sewer, depending on what state it's in, because some are more expensive than others. So somewhere between $2 a day and say $5 a day for 5 days, and you rent that spot. And I mean, this is just an idea, because there's a lot of people that are getting into this life that don't particularly know where to stay or how to stay there or anything for that matter. And I find that I'm teaching a lot of people a lot of things. In fact, as we speak, there's 2 people following me. I don't know if y'all ain't gonna be able to see around. Y'all can't see me. Y'all can't see around. So behind me there's a ProMaster, and over to my side here there's another ProMaster, but you can't see around the bus that's sitting there. And they're following me because they're trying to learn. Now, these people are new to the life, completely new to the life. Like, they didn't know about van life until they got kicked out of the apartment. That was one of their stories. The other story is that they lost their house about a month ago, and they've just been floating around ever since. I met them in the Walmart parking lot about 2 days ago. I think 2 days ago. I don't remember. But they've been following me ever since, and I've been teaching. I'm guessing one is headed to Florida, and I don't know where he's headed. I don't know where he's going, but yeah, so they'll probably be around me for another few days. I'm going to try to get an interview, but I can't guarantee you an interview. But being that there's a lot of people that's getting into this life that ain't from this life or didn't have a clue about this life, there's going to be a lot of that going on, and having a special place for them to go, at least to learn how to live this life, probably ain't a bad idea. Yeah. Especially on the East Coast, where there's nowhere to go. And there is nowhere to go on the East Coast. It's very difficult to find free spaces on the East Coast to go to without busting your air conditioner up on your roof. So, just a thought. Just putting it out there. If anybody has that kind of money and could invest in something like that, wouldn't be a bad idea. Just don't forget me when you become a millionaire. But what the hell is going on over here? Okay, I'm gonna check that back out when they come back out. Anyway, yeah, what the hell is that? Just give me 1 second, y'all. We got a lot going on here. A lot going on. Okay, this is ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Just figured I'd bring those few things up. And if anybody wants the rooftop air conditioner off my van, let me know. Because I'm going to have to do something about this sooner than later. This storm is coming. That's another thing I want to talk about. That hurricane is coming from down south there, down Louisiana way. If you're down there, please be careful. This is the thing about living nomadically, man. You can just, if hurricane come, pack your shit and go whatever direction that's not going in. Rain come, pack your shit, go whatever direction it's not going in, because your life is more valuable than that sticks and bricks that ain't even bricks anymore. Now it's just wood, just particle board. You're a particle board, plastic, $200,000 thing. And yeah, it's not worth it. All right. That about sums it up. If you ain't told somebody you love them today, make sure you tell them you love them. Yeah. And, yeah, that about sums it up. And stuff of that nature. It seems like it's something I'm forgetting. I'm forgetting something. But I don't know what. Look at all this gray hair. I gotta do something about this. Oh, I gotta get pretty again. I had to make myself pretty. I'll talk to y'all later.